Yeah, I guess I made all this wonderfulness. Okay, Nada Gordon's 7 books of poetry include Vile Lilt and Scented Rushes from Roof Books, a founding member of the Flarf collection. She teaches English as a bunch of subversive. She teaches English as a foreign language at Pratt Institute. Oh, shut up.
Joe,
God, yeah.
Joe, I am not at work on a holographic memoir.
Okay, good.
But I am.
I know. Why? All right. It's in Capricornus, which is, she's
Just
a Capricorn,
make
of
some
course.
shit up.
Gordon writes,
GOAT.
shiny taupe layers of pigeon sound, scratches, stomach, curly barbed wire, aquamarine tags, and more peeling. Scoop up language as raw thing. Nada Gordon likes her outfits, likes her shoes. I like to imagine her clicking the heels of her ruby slippers 3 times and being sent not to her home. She doesn't want to go there. Home is too boring. But to an ever more technicolor and sense-around and obviously artificial and surreal world, which is language, a real foreign country. We hardly know how to navigate, but navigate we must. Hence, Flarf, hence, more is more. Maximalism as accuracy, Oz as home, hence, life as performance. Please welcome Nada, who we hope will be scooping up some of this glittering raw language and tossing it via a little song and dance our way.
You guys like Schopenhauer?
Yeah.
He's a misogynist. Freebird.
Yeah, he was a little bit of a misogynist. And Spinoza. You like Spinoza? Well, I want to talk just for a second about Schopenhauer. Can anybody tell me Schopenhauer's connection to porcupines and or hedgehogs?
Monty Python! They can't cuddle.
They can't cuddle. They can, but they want to be near each other for warmth, and yet they have, issues with intimacy and distance. So,
You guys know a lot about porcupine cuddling.
yeah.
If it's just my will versus your will, we got a problem.
Schopenhauer can cuddle, you just have to crawl into his grave.
Nice.
Made you think of it.
He wasn't that cute, actually. I'm gonna have a longish poem that's sort of like about being lonely and miserable on the subway that I'm gonna divide up into sections, and you'll know when a section ends when I do this.
The eBay sale.
Yeah, eBay sale or school.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start with this part because it refers to this space. I'm terribly disappointed by this 50s retro neon. I want the old silver letters back. But hey, can't have everything.
Well, why not?
Why not?
Where would you put it?
I don't know.
You can't see.
You can't see.
I can't see you.
So what can we do about this? How about this? Is this better?
No, they can't see. Maybe we can lower it.
Yeah, that's it. I'll move around.
Okay.
Okay. Get paid to daydream. We're assembled here before the wine-red curtain, a community of loving porcupines. And I just should take this moment to say that I cannot imagine a poetic life or world without Alan and Abby in it. I'm so grateful to be here. But most workday mornings I slither out of the apartment, rushing and anxious, looking for succor in mortal engines, moving like a restless guy into the hammered alloy and the molded plastic of the built world, where jobs come and go, physical beauty fades, and markets rise and fall. Defiantly, I pull sound out of air and stuff it into the wise cracks that stupid poetry bleeds out of like a mournful terrapin singing in lows with flops and fumes along a jaded mass. Some days I wake up so inflamed, allergic to tyrants in the early autumn breeze. And I want to skip now to...
Can't hear you.
I know, I'm going right back to the mic. I want to skip back to a little travel journal. I went to Romania for a week last summer to a festival of international poets, and I recorded my experience in let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stanza poem. It's an acrostic, Romania all the way down each stanza. Rodney meets the other poets and me at Henry Coanda International Airport. Offers to show me the chapel there, its murals of priests with languid elliptical eyes and folkloric decoration. Never mind, there are no power outlets to charge our phones. In Romania, everything's a little odd, and often, as in the case of the hotel elevator, simply out of order. Roma women in their bright flower scarves outside in a certain corner of the public square, like cordoned off almost, although the invisible cordons. That was super weird. Many dogs loiter about, following random humans, appealingly gazing at vulnerable me. Nearby, piquant smell of sausages grilling. In the hall of meats, one can buy a great array, and elsewhere in the market, taste the rustic, simple cheeses. Romanian, the language, is 1,700 years old. Olympic winner Nadia Comaneci was awarded the first ever perfect 10. Memorial of the Rebirth movement celebrates the struggles and victims of the 1989 Romanian Revolution, which overthrew communism. According to legend, Bucharest was named after a shepherd called Busur. Nobel Prizes were awarded to 4 Romanians for medicine, literature, chemistry, and peace. In 2002, the earliest Homo sapiens fossils were discovered in the Cave of Bones in southwestern Romania. All of these are interesting facts about Romania. Romance language with a Slavic twist, oddly sounding almost Italian, but with blurrier vowels, men with bristly mustaches, and girls with nearly Coptic eyes. Now I am thinking of Romania from a distance, in the Fort Hamilton Parkway station, almost as miserable as Bucharest. So there's this genius there. He's in his 20s. He knows everything there is to know about modern and avant-garde American poetry. His name is Igru Zeltel, so this refers to him. Really, best of all, was meeting Igru. Of the copious vocabulary and erudition, a miracle that such people emerge from the crevices and apartment blocks of less privileged nations. Now I wish we could hang out with him again in the restaurant with the flat screens and pizza ovens, avidly eating salad and talking of conceptualism. Restaurants and hotels are never excellent. They're obliged to make the food so bland, like mom's cooking, but without the love. As the evening settles in and the poets gather round, nattering about their biobibliographies, I'll raise a glass of ice water and marvel at our differences. Round the table, they hail from Egypt, Pakistan, Bulgaria, Latvia, Estonia, the Bahamas, China, Spain, Portugal, Chile, Albania, Germany, and of course, Romania. Our languages mingle to the clink of tableware. Mischievously, I tease Obadiah, he was the guy from the Bahamas, for his horny poems, and pleased with myself, quote Baudelaire to the French Canadians. Now the sweet cake arrives, full of gluten. I let Obadiah eat it and retire to my room to play my uke a while. So, the segue, I know, the segue is to play my uke a while. Segue. This is not segue, this is Sunday. So I've been trying to set some of my older poems to music. This one is called Alpaca Lips. It's a little pun. Alpaca Lips, get it? I wrote it on June 6th, 2006, 6606. Can you hear the uke okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
No?
Because I haven't mic'd it because
Just play. Just
Oh,
sing.
no.
It's good. We can
You're-
hear it.
you're
It's
in.
fine.
He's
Just play it. It's
he's
fine.
just being Tony
drumming. You
We
can
can
hear
hear
it.
you.
All right, good.
Mic it. But it's plugged in.
Today is the first day of the end of the world. I feel that in a weaving fever. Oxen breathe out stars, men's spiny digits. This is the first phase of crumbling. It's right to see the trees as feathery convolutions, querulous and drooping, spraying into toxic puffs. Enforcer, circle, American. Oh, I didn't pre-teach vocabulary. Everybody knows merkin, right?
What?
Merkin
We
is
know,
a
we know.
pubic wig. No, but there are, wait, and then I made up a word, it's eluction. Like the phrase is reverse phase eluction. This word doesn't exist. I just thought it sounded scientific. I wanted something to rhyme with destruction. And I also use the word dunya, which is the Hindi and I believe the Arabic word for world. So. Enforcer, circle, a merkin, with nosebleeds and determination. The sighing, transparent frogs, black ships, alpaca lips. In one corner, asters of disaster. In another, blooms of doom. And here we go. Reverse phase eluction. Dunya destruction. Red ants on a lemon, or a dopey lotus, itching, feeling of why. Planes and lines break up into harsher melodies. I'm onto something, a great black beast. I like to have a little lute to tickle while the world's ending. Back to get paid to daydream. Midway through my life, yet again, everything's destabilized. It's a given, like hush money to porn stars. Sounds of subway moving, a luxurious concerto. These head-bent strangers swiping images of light, dismissively, hopefully. I alone can fix this, says the little blonde strong man occupying the solar plexus. Bouncing shrimp off Trump, too. I didn't do it, says the train. Scheherazade or Krishna in brown spots on the door and a bison-shaped wall smear. Stand clear of the meowing train that smells of burnt chestnuts and keep off the streets and stay away from violence. What might it actually mean to live our lives as we want to live them? Chameleon hatches, bright turquoise, crawling out of the egg. Pale strawberries pushing out of a voice. pale strawberries pushing out a voice. This is the fancy street. Next stop, Fecund Avenue, awash in private electro beats. Studiedly, people amuse themselves as they know how, knocking back beverages. Why y'all like Maya so much? Friday night, he walks a white borzoi through the F train. Shoes with rivets but no laces. Relationship, such a cold word. In the past, beloveds came to me so surely with a kind of sleek magic. I'm kind of kvetching a little here. A kind of sleek magic, a miniature dachshund like a dik-dik. But metaphors, I guess, are easier than marriages. Either way, two disparate things forced together. Why go out? Stay in. Away from head-bent strangers. Something's masquerading as an umeboshi on the train floor. I sit alone with pursed lips, aware of my eccentricities. It's foggy outside. Dutifully, invisibly, I do my kegels. My head so heavy like a lavender mask. My head a light bulb, radiating pink lightning. Actually, I'm going to continue, but there's a little space dot, so I'm just following this. Train stops in the tunnel just after a drunk woman has suddenly puked. A woman with a ponytail and strong thighs eats an egg sandwich. Tech guy with black earbuds clenches his backpack between his shins. I call my past love into my attention and give him a baleful look. A woman holds her covered coffee cup to her mouth as if she is praying to it. People are strange birds with necks. A vulture stands next to a hat. The sidewalk grimaces with its grids and teeth. I sing a little word. It.
That is little.
Quavering a little. Phlegm pooling in lungs. Circles radiate outwards. There's no one around you. That's a little Tinder joke, in case you but a procession of potato faces. Your handsome face dissolves into a one-eyed puppet I'm processing for 35 minutes. I feel offensive. Fish sauce smell on the back of my thumb. The thing is, I was hungry. This is excellent in our dreaming, and I've been writing consecutive words. It is happening here in the Morocco of noise, where abstract things are always right. They never make mistakes. I am a good example of myself, I guess. But we are all reduced to chatbots now. I understand this is coming from the altitude of words. I understand this is coming from the attitude of words. On the egg hold of this Latin poison, a warble of flood rainbows. Hurt? Injured? I'm all aflutter in furtive synchrony. I bit my tongue, literally and figuratively. But the thing is, I was hungry. Okay, let's change the mood a little bit. I would like to invite two guest singers, Sharon Mesmer, La Mesmer, and Dr. Dan Dubelman to the stage. Okay.
Right, which one's for me? All right, this one.
You got,
Is it on? No.
Not yet.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Hold on, let me look.
Sharon, you got yours? Or you
Yeah.
want, okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
No? All right, so credit where credit is due. This is a song from 2007, co-written with my ex-husband, Gary Sullivan. Anyway, no judgment. Let's move beyond that. We were a great team.
Dubelman, can we get a sound check?
Check.
Check.
Checking the mic.
Okay.
Check
I
one.
think this is going to happen.
I can do falsetto.
Can you do falsetto? Because I'm going to do the low voice, because I can't do the high voice,
I think I go lower.
because I'm an idiot. I can't sing.
Yourselves.
Fuck ourselves.
No, I said you'll find
Oh,
yourself.
I thought you said fuck yourselves.
It's like a punk bar here.
I know.
I've heard that before, don't worry.
Poetry slam, right?
Yeah.
No, it's just
Go
with
fuck
Sharon.
yourself.
Fuck yourself.
Fuck you.
Red door.
Mosh pit.
Don't encourage them.
That's right. Focus.
Are we ready?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, you'll recognize the tune. Rhinestone cacophony, smelling like fossils. Replicant president, quoting apostles. Mayonnaise underpants, tabular wings. These are a few inexplicable things.
Twirly menageries wrapped in wax paper. Rococo primates and lipstick with capers. Puberty molecules, globular strings. These are a few inexplicable things. When I'm pacing up at midnight and I scratch my beard, I can't figure out inexplicable things, and that makes me feel so weird.
Lactating nuns give abortion to walrus. Leave it to beaver stars, Telly Savalas.
Grandmother's labia flapping like wings.
These are a few inappropriate things.
Sandals with tube socks and belching in public. Picking at acne or massaging dog dicks.
Cooking a steak for a family of sins.
These are a few inappropriate things. When I'm peeing out the window of my hitchhike ride, I think of a few inappropriate things, and then I don't feel so shy. Parasites, peptides, and pussycat scratches, birth control implants and nicotine patches, Botox injections with needles that sting. These are a few subcutaneous things. Maritime tattoos and beauty that's deeper. Scarification that leads you a keeper. Silicone memories, lovers that cling. These are a few subcutaneous things. When the skin breaks, when the cut goes rather deeply in, I just think of these subcutaneous things, and then I don't feel thin-skinned. Eye drops and noses, and tuna fish blossoms,
Mongoose and meerkats.
and sheep and opossums, marbles and cucumbers tied up with string.
These are a few miscellaneous things.
Girls in white dresses, refillable toners,
So what's that staying on a boy with a boner?
bureaucrats flying around on the wing. These are a few miscellaneous things. When the elk bites,
When the squid stings.
when I'm feeling sad, I think of these miscellaneous things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Okay, it took me a minute.
Wow.
That is entertainment.
So bad it was
That's why it
good.
was good, Sharon.
How's my time?
6:45.
I love rewriting poems. I love taking forms that compel me and putting another poem on top of them or changing them. So one poem that somehow has stuck with me since the 80s is a poem by Diane Ward called Grind. I'm going to read it kind of quick, and then I'm going to read my version. Grind. Thin-spaced fractions, internal listeners, I thought as much as numbers, I heard around us inmates of the ears. Eternal attraction to heroic caginess that touched doubt. They don't say that you're a scant inventor of my own. This derangement on as it should go on. The picture of themselves spread over themselves which are barely owned. On no further than playing intimate figmented's lended. Experts now take hurry but mean calm asylum. Minor subsistence furthered by amended minds in all surroundings, and physical exhausted erroneous respect. We could be already in end a better platform to be relieved by all of you together functioning, by life patterns choice, different sense of vertical, different cultural blood that, by wandering, induces time's factor of between. Like authority's lens and experience magnified by a giant tear whose modern answers yes and okay, okay. Oh, from eventualities, lower modes, care extracted. Oh, to link arms, arms formulating promises, promise, unleash the absent electric impulses shot through bodies as exotic blue, the hue of distance. He's about to lend a problem which his mind has already solved. Questions remaining as a glaze in his eyes, changes made before you.
All right.
Yay, Diane. So, I actually taught that very successfully to a group of international undergraduates, and they loved thinking of it as a puzzle. But when I appropriated it, of course, I brought it into my own personal melodrama. So those of you who know me or who follow my melodrama on Facebook, you have some idea what I'm talking about. Mind. Yin space reactions, infernal whispers. I've bought so much to numb them. I hear around me playmates of my fears. A feral attraction to alembic craziness that rushed out. They do say that you're a man invention of my own. This derangement, F-A-U-N, as it should F-A-W-N, the flicker of ourselves spread over ourselves which are feebly moaned. On no feather saying our intimate pigments rendered. Alerts now in a flurry, but in salams, a high-low. My own resistance fathered by demanding minds in aleatories and quizzical, deracinated, erogenous defects. We could bleed already and find a better fat form to be relived in you, together liposuctioning. My life shatters noise in different sense of musical different mud that, by wondering, induces rhyme's flavor of serene. Like a programmer's hands and a fairy sense rarefied by a giant tear whose modern fancies yes and okay, okay. Oh, of cosmology milkmaids who can't play the cello or the shaman balalaika with their sardonic nicety organs in the shade of our desperations. I look only vaguely medieval and my kitsune ears didn't come on time. A quince blossom on the road to nowhere. I'm floating, burbling, so is everything, and my kitsune ears didn't come on time. Sexual freedom is an oxymoron, and a bright puppy feels something happening to grammar here among the burp jubilees. Oh dear, I have a quadrille with the Prince of Prussia. How do I say that in German? Woher ist meine Lieder? What is it? Lieder. Meine Lieder. Ready? Yeah. Okay. Right into the mic. The minute you slipped in the joint, I could tell you were a vague indistinction, a real enigma, so nebulous and ill-defined. I'm not really sure what's going on in my mind, and I can't discern any points in your negative capability. Hey, Enigma, just can't pin you down, 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 and it's driving me mad, mad, mad. I can't find any meaning. Why don't you show me your meaning? The minute you slipped in the joint, I could tell you were a vague indistinction, a real enigma, so nebulous and ill-defined. I'm not really sure what's going on in my mind, and I can't discern any point in your negative capability. Hey, Enigma. Hey, Enigma. Hey, Enigma. You're a real mystery. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Oh, if you would like a chapbook, come see me. C'est tout. C'est fini. Merci.